Boxing truth here. I got some free time, so why not bang out a couple of videos? Told y'all Manny Pacquiao was still an elite fighter. Pac haters didn't want to believe that. They were hella nervous going into this Pac-Thurman fight. It was a close fight on paper. It was a very good fight in the ring. But Pac showed his superiority in a lot of areas. Better speed, better power, more effective punches, better footwork, better game plan. He's just a smarter fighter. And Thurman, all that shit he talked, he just underestimated Pacquiao. Didn't think he had it. Didn't think he had the power to drop him. And to Thurman's credit, he came to fight. You know, he tried to make a statement. He tried to get Manny out of there, try to walk him down, but it wasn't to be. Pac showed signs of slowing down in the middle of the fight, but roared back like a champion that he is, like the great champion that he is, almost knocking out Thurman with a body shot in the 10th round, which is always a concern of Thurman going into this fight. Just doesn't have the strong enough durability to withstand Manny's onslaught and his firepower. Was able to survive like I thought he would, but he wasn't able to win the fight. So now going forward, the next logical step is a Pac-Spence unification. Now, if Mayweather's not going to come back, and there's really no guarantee that he will, that could be next, but you know, I don't really see Mayweather coming back to fight Pacquiao coming off a long-ass layoff, especially the layoff that Mayweather's had. He hasn't been in a real prize fight in 4 years. You can't really see him taking that type of risk now at this stage at, 42 years old? Don't see Mayweather doing that. Very well, Manny Pacquiao just scared him into permanent retirement. Doesn't matter anyways. I don't need to see a Mayweather-Pacquiao rematch. Manny already beat Floyd. He's already beat Thurman. He's already exposed Adrian Broner. Manny's already accomplished in exposing these Al Haymon hype jobs. He really only has one more name to add to his resume, and that's Errol Spence. And that's the fight people want to see, even though it's a dangerous fight for Manny. Spence is a different type of animal, different style, more aggressive, can punch with either hand. But it's a winnable fight for Manny. Manny Pacquiao could beat Errol Spence. It will be another intriguing fight for a 40-year-old Manny who is still capable of sunning these Al Haymon hype jobs. And why not? Manny's not in this game to take paydays. He wants to fight the best. He's willing to fight the best out there. He definitely won't shy away from an Errol Spence fight. Why would he? Especially coming off the victory that he has against Keith Thurman. So why not? It's a unification. It's the biggest fight out there in the welterweight division. That doesn't include a Floyd Mayweather-Manny Pacquiao rematch. I mean, who gives a shit about a Pacquiao-Khan fight that's never going to happen anyways? Who cares about Pacquiao-Danny Garcia? Don't need to see Pacquiao beat up Mikey Garcia, especially since he's coming off a bad L. So who else is out there for Manny going into 2020? If it's not a Mayweather rematch, I expect Pacquiao to pursue an Errol Spence fight. And Errol Spence, I'm sure, wants to smoke. He wants an opportunity to take away that torch from Manny Pacquiao, especially since he's been dispatching his PBC stablemates one by one. And now Spence may be the next one on Manny Pacquiao's hit list. I wouldn't count Manny out in that fight, man. I mean, what has Spence done in his career that's so great? He couldn't even knock out a lightweight. Couldn't even drop or seriously hurt a lightweight in his last fight. So Spence has some pressure going into the Porter fight. He needs to make more of a definitive statement that he's, by some considered the man in the division, even though Pacquiao has the superior resume, has accomplished more, has beaten more names in the division. He needs to go in there and do a demolition job on Sean Porter. Make a statement, look good, and perhaps even go for a knockout, since he failed to deliver against Mikey Garcia in what was a clear-cut victory, but a very disappointing performance in terms of firepower and in terms of making a statement. So why wouldn't you guys want to see a Pac Spence fight? Pac is willing to do it, has a shot away from the fight. Now that he's the super champion, he's going to be feeling ultra confident now. Of course, the odds makers will make Spence a slight favorite. I don't see him being a significant favorite in that fight. Perhaps 2-1, as high as 2-1 he'll be in that fight. But still, Pacquiao will still be given a shot to beat Errol Spence. And he definitely could beat Errol Spence. He has the footwork, he has the speed, the angles, the boxing ability. And Spence brings the type of style that can make Manny look even better in this fight. Of course, the question is, can he handle the physicality, the body punching, and the walk you down type style that Spence brings to the table? So I'm up for it, man. Let Manny have his shot at completing this PBC mission and exposing these hype jabs. Spence hasn't proven that he's great yet, so why not? You can't count Manny out, and even at 40 years old. A once-in-a-lifetime type talent, once-in-a-lifetime generation, once-in-a-lifetime type fighter. Manny Pacquiao is gunning for Errol Spence. I know y'all PBC fanboys are shook. Y'all nervous. Not even Fight Hype wants to see this fight. They don't want a Pacquiao Errol Spence fight. They're actually trying to argue that there's bigger fights out there for Manny Pacquiao. No, there ain't. Outside of a Mayweather rematch, Manny Pacquiao versus Errol Spence is the biggest fight in the welterweight division. Period. Imagine the type of numbers that fight will do in Dallas. 47,000 for Mikey Garcia. A Pacquiao Spence fight will actually fill that fucking stadium up. It'll be 100,000 people ready and waiting to watch that fight. I'm up for it. I don't know about you guys, but I want it to be next. If Errol Spence could get past Sean Porter, which he's heavily favored to do, and that's most likely going to be Pacquiao's next fight. He doesn't have many fights left, so he might as well just go after all the marbles and have an opportunity to dispatch the poster boy of the PBC, Errol Spence Jr. This is Boxing Truth. I'm out.